Hello chess lovers, let's have a look at a game played by Fabiano, Caruana and Wesley. So, the game was played at Paris Grand Chess Tour 2017. This was a long game and I will go with a quick pace and will stop only on critical moments. Caruana started with knight f3, d5 by so, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, d4, knight f6, c4, c6, c takes d5, c takes d5, knight c3, knight e4, queen b3, knight takes c3, pawn takes c3, black castles, knight d2, preparing e4, e6, e4, knight c6, e5, b6, planning to bring the bishop on a6 square and activate it. White castles, bishop a6, rook e1, rook c8, queen d1, rook e8, a4, knight a5, rook e3, protecting the pawn on c3, queen d7, and Caruana starts an attack on the king side by playing h4, knight c4, knight takes c4, bishop takes c4, h5, a5, bishop a3, b5, bishop d6, b takes a4. Of course white can recapture on a4, but Caruana goes for bishop f1, sacrificing the pawn on a4 and going for complications. We see the exchange on f1, rook c4, black is targeting the pawn on c3, king g2, bishop h6, rook f3, rook c8, queen d3 and bishop g5. Well, Wesley could have captured on c3, but the thing is that after the exchange on c3, g takes h5, rook c7, though the engine evaluates the position as equal, but from a human perspective, it's more preferable to play with the white pieces. Both rooks can cooperate very successfully. Maybe this was the reason that Wesley didn't choose this line. Instead he played bishop g5, rook h1, king g7, g4, queen b7, h takes g6, f takes g6, and a strong move by Caruana. Can you find his next move? Well, Caruana went for an exchange sacrifice, rook f6. Now the threat is rook takes h7 check, just a random move by black. If a move like a3, then rook h7 check, king takes h7, queen g6 check, king h8, queen takes g5, threatening rook h6 check, and black is in trouble. After rook f6, that's why black accepted the sacrifice, e takes f6 check, king g8. Of course black can't recapture on f6 because after bishop e5 check, king e7, rook h7 check, king d8, black is losing his queen on b7 and soon black will get checkmated. Let's go back. After e takes f6 check, we see king g8, bishop e7, rook c7, and a bad move by Caruana, bishop d6. Can you find the winning move in this position? Well, f7 check is winning. If king g7, then queen e3, threatening both f8 check or queen h6 check, or at some point queen e5 check is possible. For example, if a move like a3, a bad move of course, but I just want to show you the continuation. White can play f8 queen, rook takes f8, queen h6 check. If king g8, then queen takes h7 checkmate. Or after queen e3, if black captures on e7, then here comes queen e5 check, king takes f7, rook takes h7 check, king e8, queen h8 check, and in the end of the day black is losing his queen on b7. But instead, as I have already mentioned, Caruana played bishop d6. By the way, he was under a time pressure. As you know, this was a rapid game, but I think that such an elite player as Caruana must have found that winning f7 check. We see bishop d6 and suddenly black pieces are getting activated, and it turns out that actually right now white is in trouble. Queen e2, queen f7, g5, h5 closing the king side, queen b5, and this time a strong move by Wesley, so e5, sacrificing the pawn in order to activate the queen. Bishop takes e5, queen e6, rook h4 preventing queen g4 check, queen f5, queen takes d5 check, king h8, f7 check, king h7, queen b7, but actually there is no danger for black. Queen takes g5 check, bishop g3, and now can you find the winning move by Wesley? So ready? Well, he played rook takes g3 check, f takes g3, rook c2 check, king f3, queen f5 check, king e3, rook c3 check, king e2, queen d3 check, king e1, rook c1 check, king f2, rook c2 check, and there is a checkmate in the next move, and Caruana resigned. What an instructive attacking game by Caruana, especially I liked that exchange sacrifice on f6, but unfortunately he missed that f7 check and lost the game. Your comments and questions please, and thanks for watching. Good luck.